That was one of the things from Times Before is my nervous
Oh,
spin.
my thing says live.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
It's
We're
official.
up
We're being
now. Let me just.
broadcasted to the masses.
All right.
All right. Is there a link in Limp Call where people can just click and watch it? What happened? Oh, Joe went off the camera.
I'm putting another one up now.
All right. We'll wait. I don't know. Let's wait like a minute or two, and then I guess we can start. We'll just sit here awkwardly, drinking our drinks.
Yeah. Is coffee okay? I think it's okay, right?
You know, I was gonna make coffee, but I went with water and a little caffeine into like boost into the water. So.
No, what I meant is drinking coffee on air is actually okay.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, I like it. Like it's like a conversational thing, right? Like just two guys drinking coffee. Joe's over there.
Yeah.
You're not drinking coffee. I saw what you're actually drinking.
I have coffee and a beer.
That's just not healthy and bad for you.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure having an upper depressant and a stimulant at the same time is just probably not good. I think you're going to see.
Well, the one alcoholic drink that actually is good mixed with coffee is whiskey, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I defer to your wisdom.
Sounds good to me.
Get
me some whiskey.
And it's good.
I still have that. Don't tell Sarah, but I still have the chocolate beer like in my cabinet.
You just told Sarah.
She can hear. Wait, this isn't on like a speaker. Like you don't have a. Oh yeah, you don't have a headset in because you're the Stone Age.
It's right here in front of me. That's all right. She's upstairs with the FBI.
Right. So your daughter is now the FBI. Okay.
No, I mean the Matt Solon thing. She's all panicked.
She was on another level. That was not a Sarah that I wanted to try with.
Alex, what about that map of Italy behind you?
Oh, yeah, it's a map of Italy. It's my girlfriend's map, not mine.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I did make this clock over here though. It doesn't. Oh, look, there we go. It doesn't actually. Yeah, that wheel is a clock that I made, but it doesn't actually work. The second hand gets stuck because I had to like add spray paint, and the extra thickness like makes it so the hands don't move. But I had to fix it. I actually made it for her. I kind of made it for her. I kind of just wanted to prove to myself that I can make something, and I like screwed it up, of course. So, but here it is. It's like it looks cool as long as you don't realize that it's not working. You know.
Well, I didn't realize it was a clock. I thought it was a wheel.
Well, it is a wheel. It's a bike wheel.
Right. So the clock part wasn't really visible to me.
It's not very well lit in here, so I'll blame it on the lighting, not on my craftsmanship.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right. I think we might as well get started since it's 8:02 or 8:03. Joe, can you see how many viewers we have?
We have Slice.
Okay. Well, Slice, I need you to log in from a bunch more locations. Let's get it going.
We have three including Slice.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, that's good enough. There's three of them. There's three of us. Let's get it going.
Yeah, 3 is way more than 0.
I don't know how you would express that mathematically, but it's something. Okay, so welcome. This is attempt number 2 at interviewing Jim B. The first one happened.
Yeah.
Jim, how long ago was that? Like 6 months?
A little more, I will say, maybe 9 months.
Yeah. So we did this without. We didn't have Joe producing, and I tried to produce it, but I screwed up the audio, and you could not hear it. It was like a 30-minute thing, and then I realized that it was just not usable. So here we are, like almost 9 months later. All right, so let's do this. Jim B is our guest. He's what is your official title? Floor personnel at the Manchester Poker Room?
No, I'm not. I'm not floor. No, I'm not floor. So I deal and I direct tournaments on certain tournament days.
Okay, so you are specifically in the tournament area and you deal with the tournament aspect.
Correct.
So that's a little unique. I don't because most floor personnel in my mind are just, they're everywhere, but you're specifically why specifically tournaments?
So we thought that would be a good step for me towards the overall management.
Oh, okay, nice. All right. Well,
so that's what I was offered, and I gladly took it, and I love it. I enjoy tournament directing, really.
Yeah, I like having you as a tournament director. Goes.
Oh, thank you.
Only like 4 people complain per tournament about you, which is pretty good. It's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to hear them.
Yeah.
I like hearing complaints and addressing them. So
yeah, no, you do. You addressed one not too long ago about the Big Blind Ante. And I thought it was very well thought out, and I think as New Hampshire poker players, we appreciate that because it doesn't happen very often, and when it does happen, it shouldn't go unnoticed. So thank you for that thought out
thank
post.
You.
How long have you been working in Manchester?
So I came to Manchester in June.
Okay. And you were at Hampton Falls before then?
I was at Hampton Falls before that. So in June I came to Manchester.
Okay. So what I thought we would do is we would go do a little reverse timeline, because I want to know, because the question that I have is, how did you get to where you are? Where did you come from? Where did Jimmy
Where did I come from?
Yeah.
Where did I come from to America? Or where did I come from?
So how did you get to America, first of all?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an interesting story in itself. So at some point in my life, I decided that I wanted to live in some developed Western country, and I started exploring them. And I applied for immigration to 3 countries. Those were Australia, Canada, and the United States. And I got accepted by all 3. So now then the choice was up to me, and I picked America.
What was the main, did you have one main reason for choosing America, or were there a bunch of little ones? How did that come about?
I think I do have one big reason. It's not something objective. It's not something you can touch. It's subjective. So in my subjective view, I thought America was the best place to build a better future, a land of opportunity, as we call it. Okay. So you can find different aspects of life that are better in other countries, such as universal healthcare or whatnot. But in terms of opportunities, all sorts of opportunities, not just economic, but including economic opportunities, right, I decided that America was the best place, and I never looked back. No regrets. I think I made a great choice.
And how long ago was that?
It was 2013, or end of 2012.
Okay. And was dealing poker your first job that you got when you came to the States?
No, when I came to America, it was a bit of a challenging situation. So you come to America with a certain amount of knowledge, education, and certain experience, certain background, and all those things are totally irrelevant for the American job market. And that's the first bad news you find out once you are in America. So you have to start over, okay? So my first job in America was in car sales, actually.
Where? Yeah, so was that locally here? Like, have you lived in the Boston area since?
It was in Philadelphia. It was in Philadelphia. So I had a host family that actually sponsored me. Mm-hmm. I think sponsored is the right word. I'm not sure. Right. And I actually lived in their house in Philadelphia. So it was just outside of Philadelphia. So Philadelphians will know, especially if Paul Code is watching, he will know that place. It's called Main Line, Philadelphia's Main Line. It's a big historic district, very affluent area.
Okay.
That's where I was in car
Okay.
sales. So yeah.
How old were you when you came to the States and lived in Philly around that time?
Oh, the numbers will sound big. So 6 years ago, I was 38.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
okay. All right. I would have.
I'm 44 now. You can do the math.
For a little bit younger, but so how is that? Like it sounds like it might have been difficult, as a a man in his mid-30s to move in with a host family. Like, how was that? Were there any like challenges there, or was it relatively easy?
Well, host family, I don't think if host family is the right definition. It wasn't like I was a student living at their expense. No, I mean I paid my way, of course.
Yeah. So were you like renting a room, or was it like a?
Yes, I was renting. I was renting a second floor from them actually.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Right.
All right. So then you're like, all right, I don't want to sell cars anymore. I'm gonna come deal poker in Hampton Falls.
So yeah. When my first attempts to find the jobs that I liked failed, I started selling cars while looking for better opportunities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, this company came back to me and they hired me. It's called RJ Reynolds. It's one of the biggest tobacco companies in the world.
Okay.
It's in America. It's second after Philip Morris. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had applied for a position with them, and I went through all this long interview process, like 4-stage interview, all the while selling cars. Okay. And they moved me. They relocated me to New Hampshire. They gave me a territory which I managed as a sales and marketing manager.
Okay.
So my territory included parts of New Hampshire and parts of Massachusetts. I ended up living in New Hampshire. That's how I came to this area. And of course, I was a player back then. But so I got this corporate job, but except the people I worked with, I just hated everything about that job.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the tobacco aspect. I hated the corporate aspect, everything. So it just did not click. So after a few months, I came to Hampton Falls, where I used to play a lot. And I talked to the management. And I said, hey, will you hire me? I'm going to quit my job. And said, yeah, we'll train you, we'll hire you. And I went through excellent training with Jonathan Bernard. A lot of people know him.
Yep.
And I got hired. That's how my casino experience started.
Yeah, I didn't realize, even when I spoke to you last time about, like, we did the interview, I don't think we even talked about that. It's interesting.
We may not have covered this one.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, in that my corporate job, I mean, career-wise, it was fine. I had everything. They gave me a corporate car, expense account, everything. Everything you can dream of in a corporate job. But it just didn't.
Just wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me, or I wasn't for that job. So
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you're an avid chess player, or you were. I don't know if you still are. Do you still play a lot of chess, or?
I'm not a competitive chess player anymore. I love chess. I mean, it's for life. But I don't play many tournaments or competitions anymore. But I teach.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. So how old are the people that you teach? And what are their skill levels like?
Well, I mainly work with complete beginners.
Okay.
And that's where I really excel. That's one of my strongest areas, to work with the beginners and bring them up to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with several schools right now.
Like high schools, elementary schools?
No, elementary.
Okay.
So I just recently took on a new school in Hollis that is a Montessori school. They are mixed age.
Okay.
So I have an enormous interest in that school. 35 students.
So do you just like go once a week, once a month, and you're just?
So I try to build my program based on 2 hours a week, and then 2 hours a week of instruction, and then on top of that they do their homework.
Right.
Students do the homework. So that's how I try to build, but not every school is able to do 2 hours a week. So sometimes it's 1 hour a week, but more independent work for students then.
Yeah, well, the Montessori school, from my understanding, they're pretty progressive in their.
Yes. It's a great school to work with. Very good, very bright students.
Yeah.
Yeah, going great.
Okay. So how did you get started playing chess? Did you start playing as a kid, as a young adult?
Well, I was born in the Soviet Union, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You may or may not remember those times. The Soviet Union time. It was called the Cold War. Okay.
Yeah.
And there was this concept, Iron Curtain. Okay, Iron Curtain was this barrier, the imaginary barrier between the Soviet Union and America, or it's better to say between the socialist world and the capitalist world. Right. So I was on the other side of the Iron Curtain. And in the Soviet Union, the chess school was very strong. Chess education was, first of all, it was free for anybody who wanted it. It was very strong. So I was lucky enough to be part of that school, to come out of that school. So that's how I learned chess.
That's interesting. Because if you look at the socialist versus capitalist dynamic, and you have chess, which is, if I were to think of chess, it would be very think of it in like a Western sense, where you're just trying to outthink and outwit the opponent. But you're saying, I think chess in the Soviet Union, was just as strong as the States. So it's just an interesting mindset when you think about how they were, Soviet Union were socialists. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Well, it's just chess was extremely popular in the Soviet Union, very popular, and of course that Soviet chess school produced a lot of like world famous grandmasters.
Okay. So you didn't become a professional chess player.
No.
You went to college, right? I believe.
Yes.
Told me last time. Okay.
So I was a pretty promising chess kid, but at a certain age in your life as a young kid, you learn a few things like beer, cigarettes, and
things that don't help you become a better chess player.
Exactly right, and I lost that big interest. I lost my big love for chess at that time.
Yeah.
And sort of detached myself from working on my chess and developing and improving. And so I can say that my skill level is still at that level.
What is I have a very vague understanding. Like, what would you say your current ELO is, and like, is it?
Okay, ELO. My current ELO is in the 2100s. Okay. So how I would describe my strength as a chess player. So for an overwhelming majority of your casual chess players, I would be too strong.
Okay.
And for an overwhelming majority of professional chess players, I would be just too weak. So
you're kind of,
I fit right in between.
Yeah, interesting. So it's good though that you're enough where you can help large groups of people, right? Like that must be
right.
A great thing that
at the beginning level, yes, I can definitely teach.
Yeah.
Teach to my teaching is like very high quality, I like to think.
Yeah. Well, you also teach. Don't you teach English also? Is that or do you tutor?
I do. Not right this moment, not currently, but I have taught a lot of people English. I've taught groups. I've taught individuals.
What was your major in college? Was it English?
My first bachelor's degree is in English.
Right.
And
Okay.
then
I remember there being some English component there.
Right. And then
Okay.
I got a master's degree in economics.
Right. Okay. Now it's all coming back to me. Now, one interesting thing that I remember you told me, but I don't quite recall the details. Where when I think you were in college and you were approached by some government figure. Could you maybe talk a little bit about that? 'Cause I thought that was
I think at this time we don't have to sugarcoat it, right? We can call KGB, right?
Yeah. I think we're probably safe.
Right. Right. Okay. Because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When you're a kid in the Soviet Union and you become interested in various political activities and whatnot, you inevitably face some interaction with KGB. So that was my case also.
Yeah. When was it? Like, where were you? How old were you? What was the circumstance that?
So the first time I encountered the KGB agent in my life. So I wasn't interrogated, but I was interviewed by KGB for a specific reason. So in my high school, when I was 16, I had a good friend. I had a best friend, my classmate, my good friend, who at that young age, at 16, became an Islamic terrorist. Okay?
Thanks.
So he escaped from home. He went to military camps in Afghanistan. He trained as a terrorist, and to the best of my knowledge, he was part of the organization that conducted terrorist attacks at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because I knew him so well, I was interviewed at the KGB offices by KGB agents.
Okay. See, that
was my first encounter.
That doesn't seem like something that's too far removed from what could happen here in the States. I mean, you have a good friend who escaped to ISIS or whatever, like as such has been happening the last few years, and you get interviewed by the FBI. That doesn't seem too wild to me, but that wasn't your only interaction then, right?
No, it wasn't my only interaction.
Yeah.
Then when I became a student and I went to Turkey for college, I was they made me an offer. Okay, the KGB made me an offer
That sounds sinister.
To be, let's say, their eyes among Uzbekistani students, and I wasn't comfortable with that, and I just politely declined it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I was under someone's surveillance there.
Right. I mean, especially once you say no.
Right? Yes, once you said no, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that something that you would think about on a day-to-day basis, or are you just, okay, I talk to this person,
no,
I think about it for a little bit,
I
forget about it?
No, I mean, I was never involved in any dangerous activities or in any activities that would put my safety in danger.
Yeah.
So I was pretty safe. They can watch me. That's okay.
Can watch me
drink
coffee and play chess all day. It's
right. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Joe. I don't know if anyone actually asked questions, but I figure this might be a good time to see if anyone has.
No questions.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Yeah, you said you wanted to talk about the 2-day tournament.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So 2 days next week, right?
Right. End of next week.
I've been looking forward to this tournament for the last 2 months. I told my girlfriend that I normally don't commit myself to tournaments, but I'm not doing anything that weekend. I'm playing this tournament in Manchester because it's 20 minutes from my house. I can drive home after day one with the chip lead, come back and win. And, I won't have to deal with traffic. I can knock Joe out probably.
Hey, if your chips don't fit in the regular bag, I have a bigger bag for you. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. If you could
Yeah.
just like, you know what, I'll bring some decorative things to put on the bag too. That way, people know it's mine. You know, and
Okay.
I'm racking them up. How many people showed up for the last 2 days? I don't think
Last 2 days we had 121 players.
pretty good. That's I feel like that's a great amount. And wasn't like the final table stream too? I thought I remember seeing.
Yeah, it
that.
was live stream. Yes.
Was
Live
that
stream.
that was so you were working at Manchester when that during the last.
I was the tournament. I was the tournament director of that
Okay,
tournament.
see, I didn't go, so I would have known the answer to that if I had made the correct decision.
Yeah.
So I hear there's a title belt that's up for grabs here.
There is a belt. It's a beautiful belt that
Okay.
looks like those wrestling belts. It's really cool.
Are you in charge of procuring this belt, or was
No.
How'd you
No.
get it? Was it just there?
One of our managers just ordered it. It's a special order, of course. It's
Yeah.
not just a regular belt.
Right there. I got a spot cleared for it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you have a spot for it when I'm going to be bringing it home. I'm not going to give it to you.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So 2 days.
Does that mean you both are playing?
I'm playing. I'm pretty sure Joe's playing.
Okay.
I will
Joe's
be
playing.
there. I'm playing for sure.
Okay. Alright,
Hopefully, Slice plays. I'm looking forward. Slice. Shout out to Chris. No, actually, I don't want him there. Just not good. I mean, he's not going to play, but we don't want Slice at our table. Let's see what else. How many? So you guys gave away seats, right, over like the course of the last couple.
Yeah.
Of months?
I mean, I don't think it gave away is the right word. I mean, players won their seats. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Part of the prize pool went towards the seat.
Right. No. The seats came on top of prize pools in each of those tournaments. Yeah.
Okay. How many people are like
4?
4 people?
So we had 4 tournaments once a month,
Mm-hmm.
and the winner of each of them won a seat into
And
the
what
2
are you start with 100,000 chips, right?
In the 2 day, you start with 100,000 chips.
Okay. Is it 40?
You can add another 10,000 chips for $10 dealer add-on.
Okay.
So potentially you start with 110,000.
Well, I will be doing the dealer add-on because why not?
Everybody does that, of course. I encourage everybody to do it. It only makes sense.
For sure.
I think in the last 2 days we had one or two players who didn't do the add-on. Everybody else did.
Karma probably came back to play. Actually, I don't even know. Is it karma or are they just not just a bad decision overall for you and for the dealer? What was I going to say? I probably shouldn't be forgetting things. Oh yeah, so 40-minute blinds on both days.
First day is 40-minute blinds. The second day is 1 hour blinds.
Okay, no, I like that. I like the 1 hour on day 2.
Right.
Yeah, I looked at the structure and it's perfect. You know, I'm not going to say perfect. I'm not going to say perfect because I know that someone else in a part of this broadcast had something to do with the structure that wasn't me or you. So I won't say I'd say it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We'll see. I'll have it
perfect.
It's not perfect. Okay, it's pretty close to perfect. When does play end on day 1?
Day 1 ends around 12:40.
12:40. Okay, and then we come back at noon on Sunday.
At second day, 12:30.
12:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And do you remember about how many people were left for day 2? Who came back?
Yeah, 31 players came back for day 2.
Okay. And so you must be paying what, like 12 to 15 ish for based on 120 players. You guys pay.
Yeah, 13 paying spots. We had 13. Yeah, we paid 10%.
Yeah.
And round it up if it's not exactly 10%.
That makes sense, especially when people always end up, hey, let's pay 3 or 4 bubbles, and it ends up being about 15-20% anyway. So makes sense. Okay. Well, I don't really have much more for you. Is there anything Anything else you want to tell the masses that are watching this?
The hundreds of people.
Thousands.
Well, thousands.
Yeah.
Well, I encourage everybody to come check out our 2-day tournament. It's going to be really good. I expect a big tournament in this one.
The buffet. I didn't mention the buffet, right?
Yeah, there are a couple of things that are just perks for this tournament. So there's the buffet on day 1, and I believe there will be some pizza on day 2. There's also high hands.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the tournament, and there's also a $1,000 raffle ticket for every entrant.
Okay, so
everybody gets a ticket, meaning a chance to win a $1,000 prize. So there's $1,000 prize.
Okay, so how long do the high hands go for in the tournament? Is it like first few hours or?
I believe it's first 2 levels.
First 2 levels, okay.
Yeah.
And then if you just by signing up, you get a raffle ticket, and then that gets raffled off at some point. You win $1,000.
Right. So at some point we'll pause the clock and do the raffle thing.
Nice.
And then move ahead.
I like that because I can't think of any other tournaments locally that have done that. I like the raffle. I think that adds a fun element. $1,000 is. It
does. And also I will make us it's not even a material contribution, but I post from time to time trivia questions, right?
Yeah.
For a drink.
Okay.
So, yeah, you know that, right? So
yeah. I've answered them, probably gotten them wrong every time, but.
So before the 2-day tournament, I will post a trivia question, and to the winner, I will not only buy, I'll personally serve their trophy drink. Yeah,
we get service from Jim B himself. So I will do my best to.
I can promise it will be a very interesting and challenging question that you cannot.
One that people can Google. Oh, you can't Google.
You cannot Google the answer to.
Okay.
It will require some independent answering.
Nice. Okay. So this is just something that is from your brain, maybe, or some experience from your brain that you might know.
Right.
Maybe.
So it's not something that Google can answer.
Yeah. I'm just trying to pry for information here, but tough one to crack. So, all right. Hey, Joe, you got anything over there, bud?
I got one question.
Okay.
I don't know how to phrase it exactly, but what's it like transitioning from chess to playing poker? Do you like the similarities between the two? And
there definitely are some similarities in the general way your mind is set up, in the general ways of thinking. But I can't draw too many direct lines between chess and poker. The fundamentals of thinking could be similar, but they are so different. And for one big reason is that there is no such thing as luck in chess. There is no variance in chess. It is strictly based on your skill level, and you will consistently perform based on your skill level. You will consistently outplay weaker opponents, and you will consistently lose to stronger opponents. It's just purely skill-based game. Whereas in poker, some random Jim B can beat in a heads-up match, can beat anyone thanks to luck, right? If the cards come the right way. So there are definitely similarities, but there are more differences, I think.
What is the? I don't know if this is a good question, but I'm going to try to ask it. What are the? If you could maybe give like one, in terms of good poker players and good chess players.
Yeah.
Could you maybe give one similar characteristic between the two, in one way that a good player might differ from a good chess player might differ from a good poker player?
I will say discipline and studying are very common There's similar characteristics of successful poker players and successful chess players.
Yeah.
I would say. Well, I can give you some examples of people that excelled at both. There are not too many, but the one is he's not too well known in the chess world. He's just a U.S. national master, but he's very well known in the poker world. That's Dan Harrington.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing him associated with chess.
Right. He actually is a chess master. He's
very good.
Well, a chess master is not your random player. He's a pretty strong player.
That's exactly what I was thinking. How he broke down the game and put it into a book better than the tournament game better than anybody had at his time.
Right.
Was that because he was good at chess, or
so in the chess instruction is built in a way that it's a very, very structured program usually when you study chess. So it probably comes from the chess learning experience. Yeah.
How about one way that a poker player, this may or may not be a thing, but one way that a good poker player and a good chess player might be different from one another?
Might be different. I think, well, poker players tend to be gamblers.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas in chess, it's more like calculated thinking,
right,
rather than relying on the luck on chance.
Yeah, there's no
significantly less gambling in chess.
Yeah,
if any.
That's fair. Very fair. Okay, sir. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here because I'm going to go drink a couple of beers.
That was an interesting question, and thank you whoever asked that question. It was a good question.
I think that was
at least we got one question, right?
Yeah, we'll take one. It's like that way we know we actually had an audience, or it might have just been from Joe's brain. I don't know, but we'll just say that it was from.
Yeah. Okay.
But all right, Jim. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting talking to you because there's always some like cool bit of information.
Oh, likewise. Thank you.
Very
yeah,
cool.
guys, I look forward to seeing you both at the tournament then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played.
A good one.
I'm playing the Nashua Labor Day, but I'll be or President's Day, but I'll definitely be there for the 2-day. I'm looking forward to it. So.
All right, cool, great.
Jim, have a good night. Thanks.
All right, have a good night. Thank you.